and was near home, so I could stay close to my family. Now as a campus tour guide and a resident assistant, I make sure other students feel welcome and part of our campus community. Here, I am more than just a student. My name is Alita Gutierrez, and I'm a role model.
Yeah, I've got choices.
I'm ready for my future.
Your future, your choice.
Back home, the world seems small. Here, it has expanded.
I've been challenged and have grown in knowledge and in spirit.
I've been part of something bigger, something special.
Surrounded and supported by new brothers and sisters who were once strangers.
And my sense of community and my role in it has grown too.
Harding University, a community of mission.
At Ouachita, we care deeply for our students, and we are seeking to invest in them every day.
My professors are some of the best people I've ever met. They love me, they care for me, they care about my well-being.
Faculty are so open to helping you, even outside of the classroom. Like the night before the test, they'll stay up till late in case you need help. And they're really open about that, just really helping you understand everything.
The faculty has challenged me in a way that I feel equipped for whatever comes my way outside of Ouachita.
The faculty and staff really pour into me every day in class, but also out of class. They're really invested in my future.
We develop relationships, and we really seek to pour into the whole person.
From the time they were born, you've helped them find their way. For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Baptist University has transformed students' lives through a Christian liberal arts education. With small class sizes and spiritual growth opportunities, we'll help them find their purpose. From athletic and fine arts events to building friendships, we'll help them find their community. And with guaranteed scholarships for incoming freshmen, we'll help you find the resources. To learn more, visit okbu.edu and find your place at OBU.
My college journey allowed me to become a versatile musician, a well-rounded student, and a stronger person. My experience at Henderson State University is why I live ready.
There's so many reasons I came to SAU, but the main part was the family atmosphere. At SAU Engineering, even first and second year students get hands-on experience with the latest technology. Professors incorporate their real-life experiences, work one-on-one with the students, and care about our future. I found myself fitting in since day one, and I was immediately able to call SAU my new home. SAU is the 6th most affordable university in the nation. My name is Aaron Stanich, and I chose SAU.
The professors care and they go out of their way to make sure that you are going to succeed.
Hi, I'm Rolante. I'm a sophomore at Southeastern, and we help make this video.
You dream of a place where you're valued just as you are, figuring out your future on a safe campus with caring friends and faculty. You do you at SWASU, Weatherford and Sayre. Being a Bulldog means being you.
For the last 100 years, UEM has made great contributions to Arkansas. Senator Blanche Link has stated in a letter to President Obama, as we move forward in the 21st century, UEM will continue to prepare tomorrow's leaders to compete in the global marketplace for the next century. University of Arkansas at Monticello Chancellor H. Jack Laster said the following for the centennial celebration. As we approach our 100th anniversary, we are constantly reminded that we have always represented opportunity to generations of people seeking a higher education and a better life. That message so clearly resonates today as it did in 1909. UAM is a university that is constantly exploring and developing new opportunities to help students open doors to a better life. UAM is celebrating a century of opportunity and excellence. Please join us as we continue to strive for excellence and greatness. One school, 10 decades of learning, 100 years of excellence.
Belonging isn't about fitting in, it's about feeling you can be yourself. You do you at SWASU. Quality academics, athletics, leadership, and more than 100 majors and clubs. Affordable, flexible, friendly.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
The Communication and Innovative Media program taught me what I need to know in a really fun way. With a hands-on approach to learning and a caring group of teachers, Henderson State University has given me the confidence that no matter where life takes me, I'll always live ready.
The opportunity to be an NFL quarterback, it's really a dream come true, but the day will come where I have to lay the ball down. Being able to be an NCAA athlete allowed me to pursue something that I love in aviation. I knew I wanted to major in aerospace engineering before I came on my visit to Tennessee. Balancing being a student athlete was a huge priority. It was a point of emphasis that I'm going to be in class, I'm going to do well in class, then I'm also going to do well on Saturdays each and every week. I'm excited to see what my future holds.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me.
You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
We're making needed changes to college basketball, so student athletes will have the flexibility to go pro when it works best for them. The freedom to return to school if the draft doesn't work out. and the opportunity to finish their degree later in life. Providing a pathway to opportunity is at the heart of everything we do. And we're taking action to support the success of student athletes both on and off the court.
I had one more year eligibility left. I wanted to get drafted that year. Because of the rule change, I was able to ask people in the NBA, would I benefit more from a year of school, or would I, be better off trying my luck at being an NBA draft pick? It was a no-brainer once they were telling me that I would definitely benefit from another year in school. The rule change gives people an opportunity to explore the possibility of playing pro basketball while giving them an out. Without the rule change, I wouldn't be sitting here a rookie in the NBA.
Being the first in my family to go to college, it feels empowering.
College is not a 4-year plan. With a degree, you're able to set yourself up for the next 40 years of your life.
My coaches made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone's going to become a professional athlete.
They know what it means to be successful off the court. Academics is the most important factor. The athletic scholarship has opened so many doors to me.
I'm excited to see what my future holds.
As a student athlete, I've been challenged both in the classroom and on the field. Between the education that I've received and the relationships that I've built, my time at Henderson State University has prepared me to live ready.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours. In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
I've heard people say, Ouachita.
Wichita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University along your route.
Some folks think the O is a Q and they say Quashita.
Hey, Ouachita. Ouachita.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Washita.
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 How would you pronounce it?
Washita.
Washita.
It's Washita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Washita, people. It's Washita.
Washita.
While studying chemistry, I learned so much about science, and even more about myself. The professors at our school are amazing. They made a difference in my life and prepared me to make a difference in the world. Thanks to Henderson State University, I live ready.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
I've been a leader most of my life. My little sister looks up to me, and I want to teach her that she can accomplish her dreams. One dream is college. I'm the first in my family to attend, and I needed a campus that felt like home and was near home so I could stay close to my family. Now as a campus tour guide and a resident assistant, I make sure other students feel welcome and part of our campus community. Here, I am more than just a student. My name is Alida Gutierrez, and I'm a role model.
Yeah, I've got choices.
I'm ready for my future.
Your future, your choice.
Back home, the world seems small. Here, it has expanded.
I've been challenged and have grown in knowledge and in spirit.
I've been part of something bigger, something special.
Surrounded and supported by new brothers and sisters who were once strangers.
And my sense of community and my role in it has grown too.
Harding University, a community of mission.
At Ouachita, we care deeply for our students, and we are seeking to invest in them every day.
My professors are some of the best people I've ever met. They love me, they care for me, they care about my well-being.
Faculty are so open to helping you, even outside of the classroom. Like the night before the test, they'll stay up till late in case you need help. And they're really open about that, just really helping you understand everything.
The faculty has challenged me in a way that I feel equipped for whatever comes my way outside of Ouachita.
The faculty and staff really pour into me every day in class, but also out of class. They're really invested in my future.
We develop relationships, and we really seek to pour into the whole person.
From the time they were born, you've helped them find their way. For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Baptist University has transformed students' lives through a Christian liberal arts education. With small class sizes and spiritual growth opportunities, we'll help them find their purpose. From athletic and fine arts events to building friendships, we'll help them find their community. And with guaranteed scholarships for incoming freshmen, we'll help you find the resources. To learn more, visit okbu.edu and find your place at OBU.
My college journey allowed me to become a versatile musician, a well-rounded student, and a stronger person. My experience at Henderson State University is why I live ready.
There's so many reasons I came to SAU, but the main part was the family atmosphere. At SAU Engineering, even first and second year students get hands-on experience with the latest technology. Professors incorporate their real-life experiences, work one-on-one with the students, and care about our future. I found myself fitting in since day one, and I was immediately able to call SAU my new home. SAU is the 6th most affordable university in the nation. My name is Aaron Stanich, and I chose SAU.
The professors care and they go out of their way to make sure that you are going to succeed.
Hi, I'm Rolante. I'm a sophomore in Southeastern, and we help make this video.
You dream of a place where you're valued just as you are, figuring out your future on a safe campus with caring friends and faculty. You do you at SWASU, Weatherford, and Sayre. Being a Bulldog means being you.
For the last 100 years, UEM has made great contributions to Arkansas. Senator Blanche Lincoln stated in a letter to President Obama, "As we move forward in the 21st century, UEM will continue to prepare tomorrow's leaders to compete in the global marketplace for the next century." University of Arkansas Monticello Chancellor H. Jack Laster said the following for the centennial celebration. "As we approach our 100th anniversary, we are constantly reminded that we have always represented an opportunity to generations of people seeking a higher education and a better life." That message so clearly resonates today as it did in 1909. UAM is a university that is constantly exploring and developing new opportunities to help students open doors to a better life. UAM is celebrating a century of opportunity and excellence. Please join us as we continue to strive for excellence and greatness. One school, 10 decades of learning, 100 years of excellence.
Belonging isn't about fitting in. It's about feeling you can be yourself. You do you at SWASU. Quality academics, athletics, leadership, and more than 100 majors and clubs. Affordable, flexible, friendly.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
The Communication and Innovative Media program taught me what I need to know in a really fun way. With a hands-on approach to learning and a caring group of teachers, Henderson State University has given me the confidence that no matter where life takes me, I'll always live ready.
The opportunity to be an NFL quarterback, it's really a dream come true, but the day will come where I have to lay the ball down. Being able to be an NCAA athlete allowed me to pursue something that I love in aviation. I knew I wanted to major in aerospace engineering before I came on my visit to Tennessee. Balancing being a student athlete was a huge priority. It was a point of emphasis that I'm going to be in class, I'm going to do well in class, then I'm also going to do well on Saturdays each and every week. I'm excited to see what my future holds.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me.
You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Welcome to Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs, Arkansas for the 2018 Great American Conference Volleyball Tournament Championship. Our first matchup today features number 3 seeded Henderson State Reddies against 6th-seeded Oklahoma Baptist Lady Bison. I'm Michael Westbrook along with Joey McWilliams. Thank you so much for being with us today. We are just a couple of minutes past noon and a couple of minutes away from the first serve of this 2018 tournament. Joey, this is going to be an interesting year. Coming off of last season where Arkansas Tech just basically mowed down everybody, went undefeated in conference play, 3-0 here in Hot Springs to win the tournament championship. They are not the same caliber of team this year. Others have risen to the occasion like Henderson, a 3 seed, and so it's wide open. Now Harding maybe has a little bit of an edge as the number 1 seed, looking for their first title since 2012. Let's run through some of the other teams here in Hot Springs, and let's talk about what we might expect here today.
Well, I think in our first matchup, this Henderson State-Oklahoma Baptist matchup is a good 3-6 matchup. The Reddies took the regular season contest between the two. It was a 3-1 match. Oklahoma Baptist got out, got the first set, and then the Reddies really settled things down and took care of business at that point in time. But I think you're right, though. It's an open field as the regular season champions. Harding does have the upper hand. They have the talent to get it done, but it could be anybody's tournament.
They will take on Northwestern in our 1-8 matchup at 5 o'clock. Coming up after this one, it's second-seeded Southwestern Oklahoma State and head coach of the year, Josh Collins, against 7th-seed Southern Nazarene. Both teams former champions here in Hot Springs.
Exactly, and it's a rivalry matchup between those two. They're just about 65 miles that separates Weatherford and Bethany there. They go at it fiercely when they play.
And then our night matchup will feature the 4-5 matchup. On paper, that's supposed to be one of the better matchups. You never know. Ouachita, the 4 seed, Arkansas Tech, the 5 seed. And so it's a full day of action with the 8th-seeded Northwestern team that Joey was able to win 18 games this year. So I think all the way through 1 through 8, it's going to be a fun day today and all the way throughout the next 3 days.
Well, listen, don't be fooled by that 8 seed beside Northwestern's name. They are a very talented team as well. It was a team that was in the upper half of the standings, I believe, 4 seed last year. There's no surprise this year. They were not able to sneak up on anyone. Everyone knows what the Rangers bring. Coach Jeremy White, talented coach, and that could be a stumbling stone for Harding. We'll see what happens.
Philip McDaniel is the head coach for Henderson in his second season, and I know we'll have plenty of time throughout this match. He was just introduced by Troy Mitchell, our PA announcer, and Anna Howell is the head coach for Oklahoma Baptist in her 11th season. And so, Joey, we have two teams here that have, in the last 4 or 5 years, taken opposite paths in a way. Oklahoma Baptist was an incredibly talented NAIA school, and they have done well in GAC play. Henderson really struggled 4 years ago, 3 years ago even, and in the last 2 years, Phil McDaniel and his team have really turned the corner.
That is the case. He's done a fantastic job here. He's been able to use girls that were here as well and get a lot from them. This is a team, by the way, that in his first season won 14 matches, a step up from where the program was. I talk about at number 14. They won 14 consecutive at one point during this season as well. So definitely a very strong number 3 seed here. And again, a winner of the two when they met earlier.
Henderson 13-3 in GAC play, 26-5 overall. There's Phil McDaniel, the head coach, second season with a record of 40-20. Oklahoma Baptist will be in the white uniforms. They were 9-7 in GAC play. Even 500, 16-16 overall record. Anna Howell's record is 288 and 131. Again, her 11th season. There she is along with her assistant coaches. And I think we're just about ready to get started as the music pipes in through the PA system here saying, let's get it started. I know I'm ready, Joey.
Well, listen, this is one of the fun times of the year. Hot Springs puts on a great tournament. 7 matches, and the first one just about to get underway here. And again, it should be a good one.
Henderson State's Abby Blackburn will have the first serve of the 2018 tournament, a sophomore out of Leawood, Kansas. And we are underway here at Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs. Again, Michael Westbrook and Joey McWilliams. Thank you so much for being with us today and throughout the course of this tournament, which will conclude on Saturday. The first point will go to Henderson State. Their lineup, Carly Greer, Adriana Hartman, Blackburn serving, Zuzana Andruskova, Courtney Bolf, Alex Tyler, and Kinsey Thoman. Henderson getting that first point. Oklahoma Baptist has Michaela Watson, Malia Leatherland. Those are two keys for this team, along with Hayden Blair, Nicole Flightman, Brecken Rockmore, Destiny Temple, and Kelsey Chavez. We're tied at 1.
Now that last just misplayed by both. Just didn't get the hands on it right. That won't happen throughout the course of the afternoon. However, we will call her name many times.
Malia Leatherland serving. She is a sophomore, second team All-GAC selection that was announced last night at the banquet and the award ceremony. Thought that might slide over, but it misses from Leatherland. Sophomore out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
That just didn't get the friendly roll that time. Both teams, again, you talk about the first match, getting things going here, as it takes just a little bit to get the legs under here. It's been a week since these teams have played.
Good serve from Andruskova. Attack in the middle there from Henderson, Carly Green. The volleyball tournament, of course, being moved up a week. It happens once every 4 years with the way the NCAA Division II festival schedule works. They've got men's and women's soccer championships taking place right now. 3-1 early on for Henderson. Great effort there. Get that one across by Blackburn, who had the second hit. Watch out here. Got in the action already, Joey. I don't know what to do with the ball. Not used to getting a hand on it that early in the competition.
Well, a strong play that time by the Lady Bison, continuing the attack, keeping the Reddies back on their heels throughout that entire rally.
Brecken Rockmore with a serve, strong serve. Back row player had some trouble with it. That one won't get over the net. Henderson 4, Oklahoma Baptist 2. This will send Carly Green back to serve, the junior from Spring, Texas, out of Klein Collins High School. 6-3. Strong attack, a dig by Blackburn.
Well, Green not afraid to attack. And she's had plenty of those this season, but she's strong at the net too, and they have to work around her. 115 blocks this year.
That one's going to miss wide right from Courtney Bull. First team All-GAC selection, Joey. This junior out of Fort Worth, Texas, North Crowley High School, was a unanimous first team All-GAC selection. One of only 2 players to be able to claim that honor.
Well, and rightfully so. She's averaging 3.78 kills per set, but she's not one-dimensional by any stretch. Maybe as versatile a player as we will see in Hot Springs this week. And that in the net.
That front line there for Oklahoma Baptist getting called for that, making it 5-3. Subs for both sides. Henderson brings in Taisha Magruder.
And Scalzi comes in as well. Scalzi will come in to serve. The other setter in this 6-2 look for Henderson State.
And she's just a freshman out of Flower Mound. That's one thing that Coach McDaniel has in his favor. 2 really good setters. Scalzi being a young player. That's, oh my goodness. I didn't think anybody would stop that one. Off of the effort from Michaela Watson, a strong dig from Henderson, and they end up capitalizing on it.
Now that's a follow then by both. Lady Bison looked to be just a little bit out of position that time, and both finding the far corner.
Watson ranks 15th nationally in attacks, and so you know she's going to be trying to swing her hardest today. She'll go back and serve now. Redshirt sophomore from Whitesboro, Texas, out of Gunner High School. High serve. Second team All-GAC selection. Henderson's got to get it over, and they do. 6-4 so far. Good stop at the net that time. To try again. Back row attack. Picked up nicely by Andruskova. Henderson gets another one.
Now this does farewell for Henderson being able to get up early. You see both back there. Talked about her versatility. 15 double-doubles this year. She finds a way to move around, be in the right place at the right time. Again, not one-dimensional, although anytime it's anywhere near where she is, expect her to attack, and she's effective with that. But she's able to pull the digs as well.
Destiny Abubakar Temple checking in a little while ago for Oklahoma Baptist. Strong swing. Leatherland will have the point for Oklahoma Baptist despite the Henderson State effort.
When these two teams met a little earlier this season, that in Arkadelphia, the one time the two teams met, Oklahoma Baptist took care of business in the first set. Very, very efficient, by the way, hitting 400 and a 25-16 first set victory. The Reddies righted the ship after that, and the Bison on offense, not quite the same. And that has been something that Coach Howell talked about, that, listen, this is a team, sometimes they get out early, they're able to hit the ball well, but able to keep that kind of intensity and that efficiency through the match. They've had some struggles this season.
Well, at the top of the broadcast, we talked about how this is somewhat wide open this year. Don't have that just absolute dominant team at the top. You got a lot of really good teams at the top and 20-plus win teams. And I think we're going to see some long sets, some long matches, so you've got to be able to have that consistency and that longevity all the way through a 4 or 5 set match.
Andruskova finding that far corner again. Seems to be an opening for the Reddies here in set 1.
Kinsey Thoman, also a freshman out of O'Fallon, Missouri, serving the libero for Henderson. That gets down the line and in. Leatherland taking a little bit off of that one, but perfectly placed. And Nicole Flightman, the senior from Lindsay, Texas, is back in for the Lady Bison.
Well, a quick scouting that time by Leatherland. Was able to look over, find by our perspective the near corner, and there it is again, but just a little wide.
Hayden Blair was serving. Good decision by the Reddies to let that one go. Alex Tyler, a freshman from the Woodlands, Texas, in on the front line for the Reddies. Abby Blackburn back to serve. She started the match serving. Henderson's up 10-7. A lot of young players on this Henderson's team. You're going to see that. Coach in his second year, trying to build the program back up. Point goes back to Oklahoma Baptist.
Well, and if you're going to have a 6-2 look, how about have the players you do? One of your setters a sophomore, the other a freshman. I mean, this is going to be something that's going to be around for quite a while.
Sure.
And Michael, I think that's a key point, talking about a 6-2 look, because anytime you have that, you're talking about really, 6 attackers, 2 separate setters who are doing well, both Scalzi and Blackburn. But it doesn't matter who it is. Each one's going to have at least a little bit of a different style in hitting. And if you can have that for 2 or 3 years at a time and your players get used to both those styles, that can only result in something positive if they are good players.
Right, and it has to make it a little bit difficult on the team that's going against you, because you have to prepare twice as much. 11-9 now. And Andruskova will go back and serve. $7:15 in the Czech Republic right now, in case maybe they're sitting down to watch this match. Andruskova, transfer from Maryland Eastern Shore, but originally out of the Czech Republic. Both sides have played well so far, and because of that, you're seeing a very close opening set. 11-10 now the score.
I see they don't have daylight saving time there in the Czech Republic, so they don't have to adjust. Nice look, solid hit. I say that. I mean, you get to be 7:15 this past week or so. Not everyone wants to stay awake for that. They're ready for bed already.
Service ace for the first time today, and Oklahoma Baptist has tied this up at 11. I've been ready for a nap about 4 o'clock with the time change. Although it was nice last week, traveling up from Texarkana to Searcy for GAC soccer. I got that extra hour of sleep before that soccer championship.
Both going over, trying to save that, could not get the handle on it. It's not going to go down as a receive error, but it just wasn't solid.
Brecken Rockmore, a sophomore out of Aledo, Texas. Aledo High School serving, and oh my.
Well, they go back to both again, and this time she gets the set right back her direction and makes the Lady Bison pay.
Gigi Garamoni is in to serve, the junior from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Garamoni's one of these players that you mentioned who's been on the team for several years, even before Coach McDaniel was here. That one will slide past her. Oklahoma Baptist with a lead at 13-12. Serve coming from Nicole Flightman. Out of place there a bit. See if Oklahoma Baptist can set something up. They will be able to. Abubakar Temple getting the kill, a freshman out of Phoenix, Arizona. Biggest lead for Oklahoma Baptist here at 2.
It's been a nice 5-0 run for the Lady Bison, which has been put to a screeching halt now.
Adriana Hartman, the second team All-GAC selection. Not really going to have a chance to stop that one. Junior out of Fredericksburg, Texas, makes the play. Brings Henderson within 1. Taylor Scalzi back in to serve. "27 attacks so far for Oklahoma Baptist, 10 kills. Henderson, 21 attacks with 9 kills. They're hitting .333. That'll be one back for the Bison, and they regain that 2-point advantage.
Now, I'm wondering how long that the two teams combined can hit at this kind of pace. Oklahoma Baptist now hitting at .321. Henderson State at .333. Pretty impressive first set.
Absolutely. Serve from Courtney Bolf. There's that back row attack again from Watson. Play all over the place.
Andruskova this time.
And Delana Mills not able to come up with that one cleanly. We're tied at 15 just like that. Tell you what, Joey, I did the Arkansas Activities Association Volleyball Championships about 10 or 12 days ago, and we only saw the losing team claim 1 set out of all 5 state championship matches. We had one match that just went 40 minutes. I don't think we're going to see anything like that today here in the at the college ranks.
I cannot imagine that. And these two teams are definitely setting the scene for some fine matches.
3 points in a row from Henderson now. Great effort that time by Oklahoma Baptist. Hayden Blair, she's the setter, but the senior from McKinney, Texas, transfer out of Midwestern State, will get the point herself.
Well, between Blair and Jenna Grammel, just about even on assists for the year, but Blair has really stepped it up in the last 10 games, averaging 9.95 assists per set.
That's a big point for Oklahoma Baptist. One of their players fell down, almost ran into another player. They were still able to keep their composure and get the point. Yeah, Henderson coming into this match hitting .234. That's 3rd best in the conference. Oklahoma Baptist was 7th. Been a strong first set from both sides, and there's another one for Henderson State, tying it back up at 17. Carly Green back in.
We talked about Oklahoma Baptist and what it had done prior to coming into Division II in the GAC. very much a powerhouse in the NAI, and came into last season's tournament. Its first opportunity, and that set just a little bit too high to be brought in by Rockmore. Came in as the number 3 seed. We knew that Oklahoma Baptist would have an impact in its first opportunity to be a part of the postseason here. You have that 3-year transition period, but other teams in the league have stepped up this year as well.
Sure have.
I don't think it's so much that Arkansas Tech went down, although I don't know how you just can't be expected to keep a 35-0 regular season pace from year to year, especially with the coaching transition, and just things were different from one year to the next for the Golden Suns. But these other teams have stepped up.
Timeout, we'll talk about that in a moment. McGruder and Green combined for the block to send us to the break. Henderson by 2 in our opening set on the GAC Sports Network.
We're making needed changes to college basketball, so student athletes will have the flexibility to go pro when it works best for them. The freedom to return to school if the draft doesn't work out, and the opportunity to finish their degree later in life. Providing a pathway to opportunity is at the heart of everything we do, and we're taking action to support the success of student athletes both on and off the court.
1917, Henderson State leads Oklahoma Baptist. Opening set of our first match of 4 today on the GAC Sports Network. Both teams hitting the ball really well, but Henderson now at a .379 attack percentage. It's dropped off a bit for Oklahoma Baptist at .231. And Joey, we have not seen a lot of big play at the net, but there just a moment ago was the defense from Green and McGruder. And let's see if that helps turn the tide here in the first set and maybe gives Henderson a little bit more of an edge. They've got a lot of height there up front, and Oklahoma Baptist does too, but we just haven't seen a lot of net play yet so far.
No, we haven't, but what we are seeing is Oklahoma Baptist starting to attack a little bit more. Take a look at Chavez there. Back for Oklahoma Baptist. She'll get ready for this serve coming across. Oklahoma Baptist attacking a little bit more now, and I think that the longer rallies do favor the Lady Bison. One of the things that was mentioned by their coach is the fact that, look, they do need to distribute the ball well. And we see it right there. Comes back, moves around, a little bit longer rally. Lady Bison get the point.
Leatherland was stopped the first time, but not to be denied the second time around, as Flightman will check back in on that front row for Oklahoma Baptist. Hayden Blair to serve. Lady Bison trail by 1. That serve receive was a little bit offline, but Henderson doesn't mind. They still find a way to get the point out of the deal. Alex Tyler back in for the Reddies.
Yeah, as is Blackburn back in for Scalzi.
Too easy right there. Andruskova had one gifted to her, takes advantage of it. Henderson by 3, we have another timeout. Anna Howell takes a timeout for Oklahoma Baptist. We'll step away as well. The Lady Reddies trying to claim the first set by 3 here on the GAC Sports Network.
I had 1 more year eligibility left. I wanted to get drafted that year. Because of the rule change, I was able to ask people in the NBA, would I benefit more from a year of school, or would I, be better off trying my luck at being an NBA draft pick? It was a no-brainer once they were telling me that I would definitely benefit from another year at school. The rule change gives people an opportunity to explore the possibility of playing pro basketball while giving them an out. Without the rule change, I wouldn't be sitting here a rookie in the NBA.
Malia Leatherland, the sophomore out of Broken Arrow for Oklahoma Baptist. Her team down by 3, visiting with Michaela Watson. Those are 2 very talented players for Oklahoma Baptist. All GAC second team for Watson. Leatherland was a second team member as well. In years past, we've seen a lot of good players from Oklahoma Baptist, and those are certainly 2 of them.
Now, right now combining for 7 kills and 5 digs between the 2.
Blackburn to serve, her team up by 3. Strong windup. Can Henderson get it? They can. Libero playing well right now. Kinsey Thoman. Blackburn sets Andruskova. From the back row, again, another dig by Thoman. It's an important point right here. Talked about not a lot of blocking up front, but the defense has played well on both sides. Henderson's playing really well right now, digging everything out.
Like I said, I thought those longer rallies worked to the favor of the Lady Bison. Just a good set and a good attack.
Leatherland having to redirect her steps there. Another one on the from Andruskova, and that makes it 23-18 in the opening set.
Now, it seems to be right now all Andruskova all the time. She's had 17 attacks so far this afternoon. And, well, I'll tell you what, she doesn't have to attack that. That's just a nice serve, and that puts us at set point. Michael, 17 attacks. No one else in the Reddies has more than 5.
Wow.
So it's been the Andruskova show here in set 1.
A 5-0 run brings us to that 24-18 score. A chance for the Reddies to take the opening set. That was deflected. It was in? Okay, that was in. That far side over there. Not our best vantage point. So Leatherland will serve. 24-19. Blackburn to Andruskova. Turned by Lady Bison. And deflected off of Oklahoma Baptist. Henderson State will get the first set. 25-19 over Oklahoma Baptist. The two will switch sides, and we'll step away for just a moment or so here from Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs. Second set of our first match is coming up next on the GAC Sports Network.
Being the first in my family to go to college, it feels empowering.
College is not a 4-year plan. With a degree, you're able to set yourself up for the next 40 years of your life.
My coaches made sure that the student comes first, because not everyone's going to become a professional athlete.
They know what it means to be successful off the court. Academics is the most important factor. The athletic scholarship just opened so many doors to me.
I'm excited to see what my future holds.
As a student athlete, I've been challenged both in the classroom and on the field. Between the education that I've received and the relationships that I've built, my time at Henderson State University has prepared me to live ready.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Back inside Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs, Michael Westbrook, Joey McWilliams. Our opening set, Henderson State claims 25-19 over the Lady Bisons, or Bison, excuse me. I knew I'd mess that up eventually. I didn't know it'd be this quickly. Joey, take us through some of those first set numbers, and they were really good for Henderson.
They really are, and even better for Susanna Andruskova. She has 7 kills and 18 attacks, just the one error. She hit 333 over the course of that first set and had 5 digs as well. So she's off to a fantastic start. Balf as well 3 kills, and she had 9 digs for her team. And they really went at her with the serve, did Oklahoma Baptist. I mean, they went her direction. And man, noticed it. Watch this time. If they try to go back to that same strategy, Henderson State starts moving up a little bit in the Oklahoma Baptist serve. Andruskova again hitting .333. And for Oklahoma Baptist, it was Watson and Leatherland trying to carry the load.
Score was tied 6 times, and the lead changed hands 4 times. But down the stretch, it was all Reddies as they really started to pull away. Let's see how that transpires into the second set.
Well, Henderson State did get the early lead. Oklahoma Baptist on a 5-0 run, took the lead midway through. But as you mentioned, on the home stretch of that first set, the Reddies really asserted themselves. Watson and Leatherland, between the two, 7 kills in 27 attacks. They're going to have a little bit better play from those two if Oklahoma Baptist is able to come away and really get back into this match. And another thing, Michael, this is now 4 consecutive sets won by the Reddies between the two.
25-19 was the final in our first set. We're ready to begin the second set. It'll start with Hayden Blair, the senior from McKinney, Texas, serving into the net. Reddies will get that early advantage. Zuzana Andruskova will have the first serve for the Reddies. They do switch sides here in the college ranks. That was one thing about the high school. They didn't do that. They stayed on the same side. Made it easier on me. Pretty lengthy first set. We started about 5 minutes after the top of the hour. And took about 25 minutes or so to complete that first set. This point might take that long.
It may. Now Watson's been there. She's been there on the attack. She's been there on the dig. And Oklahoma Baptist comes away with a kill. Coach Anna Howell talked before, said her team needed to distribute the ball well. They needed to move the ball around, have good ball movement, but distribute it well. And they did here start set 2. It results in a point.
Malia Leatherland with the kill, and now she will serve. Cross-court pass. Wow. That's Courtney Bolf, junior out of Fort Worth, the unanimous first-team All-GAC selection.
Think she's ready to get going here in the second set?
I believe so. 4 kills for the match so far, and both sides have had a miscue from the service line. That makes it 2-2.
Well, these are two teams. Really, there are 3 seniors collective between the two programs here, but you know, both teams are getting good play from their younger players as well. Another good point and another one for both there. I think one of the things that stands out to me is something that Coach McDaniel talked about early going. I had an opportunity to visit with him a few moments before our set here, our match here today, and he said, look, I'm getting good play from the players that I need. My older players are playing like older players. My younger players are growing, but he said, I have the older players in the right spots, and it's been giving the younger players an opportunity to mature over the course of the season. Now, I'm one of those, my perspective is that sometimes people say, well, you know, a freshman at this point of the year, they're not freshmen anymore.
Right.
I disagree with that.
I agree that you disagree.
Exactly, because I think that a freshman is still a freshman because this is the first postseason play in NCAA play. They still haven't had that. Now, maybe by the end of this match, or, you know, and if you have a team that makes it all the way to the final, you know, you get three matches in there, start to feel their way through. But this is still their first opportunities, freshmen, so they're seeing something new. But for Coach McDaniel's squad, his freshmen have been allowed to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about that during the first set. It is littered with young players who are coming up through his system in his second year. Right now, Oklahoma Baptist is pretty fired up. They have a 2-point lead, 5-3. Playing well in this second set. Oklahoma Baptist a year ago, they defeated Washita in the opening round, lost to Harding in the semifinals. Was that both?
No.
I couldn't see who that was. My view was blocked by the official.
No, that was Magruder.
Okay, Magruder makes it a 1-point game there. Taisha Magruder, the freshman out of Sunny Slope High School. Nice pass, good finish, Watson. Well, you said that Leatherland, Watson, some of these other players would have to start hitting the ball a little bit better in the second set, and they're doing that. Strong attack there. Across the middle. That was both. And she is really swinging hard right now. North Crowley High School. Henderson still at nearly 400 on the attack percentage right now. They'll get a service ace this time to tie it back up at 6. And so it looks like we're headed towards another back and forth here in the second set.
Yeah, and you talk about that hitting percentage. That is for the match. Hitting at .396 after the first set, a .432 after set number 1. Wow. I'll tell you what, that's an advantage for Henderson State. That 6'3" frame of Green there, and now on the front line.
From the back row, both with the dig on Watson's attempt. Andruskova. Oklahoma Baptist will get it across. Ooh. Magruder again.
Well, Mills just couldn't get over to it, but that time you have to give a lot of credit to Michaela Watson. The hustle for Oklahoma Baptist just to keep that rally going.
Talked about how it seems like Henderson's taking everything out. There's at the front line again. Carly Green, 6'3". Now she'll go on the attack. Back the other way to Leatherland. And that'll be a point for Oklahoma Baptist, deflected off of the Reddies.
You know, one of the things about that, too, I mean, you have to either try to go over it or through it. And that time, Oklahoma Baptist went through it, tried to go around her. They did find a way to adjust the attack that time. But think about trying to go over a 6'3" frame with the wingspan that Carly Green has. If you try to go too high, you're going to send it long. Or you put it back to a defense that's ready, backing up just a little bit because they know they have that room with which to play when Green is on that front line. As well as Alex Tyler, the freshman, also 6'3", and now on that front line for the Reddies as well.
That one will go off of the block, and the kill credited to Malia Leatherland.
Well, and that's twice now the point has come to OBU because they've tried to go through it, not over and around. Or excuse me, not over it, trying to go through it, and were successful.
Yeah, and they may have to continue to do that because, again, that back to the point I was going to make a moment ago, 33 digs now for Henderson. They're cleaning up everything along the back row. The back row for Oklahoma Baptist won't get that one. That'll make it 9-8 Henderson. Scoreboard put it the wrong way, and I followed suit as if anybody would know what I was talking about there. I just said it out loud. I was right. I had the wrong teams. Henderson, again, we mentioned both a first team. Andruskova was an honorable mention. Hartman was a second team selection. Oklahoma Baptist with 2 second team selections this year. There's both again.
She attacked twice in that point, and one just as strong as the other. That'll wear down a defense.
Hartman in on the front row. Gigi Garamoni will serve. Oklahoma Baptist counters with Kendall Ellis. Ellis is a freshman out of Spring, Texas. Seems both of these teams have been able to recruit around the Houston area, pick up some talented players. Henderson by 2. It's a good serve. And that's going to go long.
Now the Reddies, we talked about 14 consecutive matches won over the course of the regular season, and that started in the non-conference play. It went 2-2 up at Topeka, Kansas in the Washburn Invitational. Washburn, by the way, in the top 3 in the regional rankings. They were up near the top a little bit earlier. Union Invitational in Tennessee won 4 matches there. And against, in the Ready Tigers Invitational, won 4 matches at home against some quality opponents as well. You get into GAC play starting against Monticello. Southern Arkansas run finally came to an end against the regular season champion Harding Lady Bisons. By the way, in 2 matches this season, Henderson State yet to defeat the Lady Bisons, falling 3-1 against Harding and 3-2, took it to 5 sets in Searcy not that long ago. It was back on October 25th.
Went on to win 8 of their next 9 after that matchup as well. So they have had some win streaks throughout the year. And of course, you're going to have that when you have the type of season that Henderson had with that overall record of 26-5. I think that one was off of Henderson twice. I think it was off at the net and on the back row.
No, it was a solid non-conference schedule, and to go 10-2 through that pre-season, if you will, before you get into GAC play. That's a great way to come into conference slate.
Speaking of preseason, it's over now for another sport in the Great American Conference. Basketball will be underway tonight. Teams will get started with their first regular season games, and for all of our SIDs, that crossover time is here. Fun time of year. Big football weekend on Saturday as well. Reddies know something about that. Battle of the Ravine with Ouachita and Henderson. All the rivalries on Saturday. I want to go long again.
Observation for Oklahoma Baptist. Coach Howell has actually changed the player designated as libero for this second set. And we have a little bit of a stoppage in play here for just a moment.
Coach McDaniel wanting the challenge. So we have our first challenge of the match. First one here of the day. Of course, that was implemented a couple of seasons ago, giving the opportunity to challenge a couple of various things that occurred during the match.
And they're challenging touch, I believe. Now, while they're looking at that, one of the things that we see, Michael, is that a shift for Coach Howell, as Kelsey Chavez was designated as libero in the first set. They've shifted jerseys there. She is in this set as well, but fellow defensive specialist, freshman Delana Mills, now designated as libero, and really how that comes into play is the ability to substitute. And the call overturned. Point goes to Henderson State.
As I say, it was out, and now timeout is needed by Oklahoma Baptist. 15-11, Henderson with a 4-point advantage, up 1-0. We're back in a moment for the second set. You're on the GAC Sports Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
I've heard people say, Ouachita. Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University along your route.
Some folks think the O is a Q and they say Ouachita.
Hey, Ouachita. Ouachita.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Ouachita. How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
And we're back to play. Henderson, another point, now leads 16-11. Joe, you were talking about the change in libero for Oklahoma Baptist, and meanwhile, right now, Henderson, with his 5-point lead, does not have their libero, Kenzie Thoman, on the floor right now.
Well, Delaney Mills, just as we were coming out of that timeout, ball hit her direction. She took that up off her right shoulder, I think maybe a little bit off her face. So that's a rough way to come out of a timeout.
Well, and not what Coach Anna Howe wanted. She takes a timeout, and now back-to-back points from Henderson. Hartman and McGruder combining for that block a moment ago to give the Reddies a 6-point advantage. Free ball at the net, and Henderson's going to have a chance. Was it in? It was out. That one was out. Finding the sideline, it's 17-12. Serve from Michaela Watson. Cross-court pass, and that one's down for the kill from Leatherland. Back-to-back points here for Oklahoma Baptist. They still trail by 4.
Well, they need that from her. Between Leatherland and Watson, Leatherland averaging 3.3 kills per set. Watson 3.53. Need some offense.
By the way, that challenge a moment ago from Phil McDaniel, before the match started, he wasn't specifically talking to us, but I did hear him walking along the court, and he said he's undefeated, Joey, undefeated in challenges this year. He was really bragging about that. And then he said he was 1-0. So he's 2-0 now.
He's 2-0.
Still undefeated. Oh, and he's going to challenge again.
I don't think he's going to win this one.
Uh-oh. Well, 17-13 the score right now with the 17-14 if Oklahoma Baptist gets the point. He's challenging that one was touched as well.
I thought it was touched. Well, watch the touch on that one. That would be key to the challenge, because the line judge, very deliberate with the call. Looked like that she might call it in, and then saw it and decided that was actually out. So we watch it again. We'll see if we get a chance to see if anyone did touch that, because I believe it did. Definitely went out. It was out. You'll see nothing but blue, though. Oh, well, I take that back.
Oh, I don't know.
Now,
we'll find out here.
We're about to find out what the official call is. I have changed my opinion. I think that may have been in.
You're right. Now, Coach Howe is saying that he challenged the touch. She was saying, the official saying that the ball was in. Does she have an argument there? That I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know.
That is a very good question.
Either way,
I don't think there's any question, though, after having seen it, that the ball was in. So I think it's the right call.
I've got the official sitting next to me. I'm going to find out in between sets.
That is a valid question. And that one in as well, a little bit easier to see that time.
So he's still undefeated in his challenges.
Yes.
How about that?
Really, honestly, I did not think he was going to remain that. Well, one of the things about, though, Coach McDaniel, he's very deliberate.
Yes.
You watch him on the sideline, and it is methodical. That was close. Green not in the net, went up and over it, and I don't think she had touched that. It just hit the court.
Now, in our defense, Joey, we did get the manual sent to us ahead of time by the commissioner, but there's 14 scenarios to go through. I just didn't have time to memorize all of those, okay? Somebody out there's yelling at me right now that I didn't know.
I'm not that guy.
19-14. Henderson's played well here in the second set, and it was close early. Pretty good advantage right now, and that's going to extend it out to 20-14. And another timeout here from Oklahoma Baptist. So 20-14,
as Henderson looks as if they are headed towards a 2-0 lead. We'll find out how it concludes here in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
While studying chemistry, I learned so much about science and even more about myself. The professors at our school are amazing. They made a difference in my life and prepared me to make a difference in the world. Thanks to Henderson State University, I live ready.
Why be a ranger? At Northwestern, with small classes, you can be seen. With over 40 programs from business to nursing, you can be career-driven. With a campus home away from home, you can be independent. With over half our students graduating without student loans, you can be debt-free. And with a mosaic of cultures, you can be you. Northwestern, success lives here.
(20-14), Henderson leads Oklahoma Baptist in the second set. Reddy's won the first set 25-19. They are the 3 seed against the 6-seeded team, and they're playing like the top-seeded team in this match right now. They'll try to extend the lead with Abby Blackburn serving. I think we got the information that we needed. You want to take it or you want me to?
You go right ahead.
Okay. Our GAC official supervisor, thanks so much for being with us. He tells us that, and we were getting this information courtside as well. Our officials down here are telling us exactly what the text said, that when a team challenges in or out or a touch, all 3 of those elements are reviewable by any of the official there. It can be ruled. And so they did make the right call. And, you know, I like that because if you sit there and watch the replay and you see that it was in, you ought to be able to call it in, right? So it did work to the advantage of Coach McDaniel.
Well, that's one of those things, too. I mean, people will, you see so much more on video, and you wonder what you can do, what you can't do, certain times of a game in different sports.
Already up by 6. Both tried to make it 7 there. Not the case. Again, the back row playing really strong for Henderson. And that'll be another Reddy's point as the blockers couldn't get it over for Oklahoma Baptist.
Backed away from the net just a little bit, and that's just the strong force of this solid offense from Henderson State.
Good effort that time by Leatherland. Running into the courtside table. Off of Mills, Reddy's 23, and the Lady Bison 15.
I talked about the methodical style from Coach McDaniel. Very meticulous, calm demeanor, and you know what? His team reflects that as well.
By the way, last year, if you were challenging a touch, and it turns out that that was not the case, but that the ball did land in, it would not have been able to be overturned. They added that rule this year, at least that's what we're told down here. Strong play across the middle, Carly Green, and it's now set point once again for Henderson State. Well, it's been a fun match so far. It's been a long match back and forth, but there's no doubt in this second set, Henderson has controlled the pace of this match, of this set for sure.
They really have. Great job getting up on their line. A little bit different look this time. Rockmore, Flightman able to just push that one over.
Serve here from Rockmore. Still set point for the Reddies. They'll go to both. Dig back the other way by Rockmore. Reddy's trying to go up 2-0. Good effort to punch that one across by Hartman. Opportunity for Oklahoma Baptist to set something up. A kill for Flightman.
Well, Hartman tried to place that one. Looked like it just went off her hand wrong. Any little glitch or error, and it allows the other team to reset.
What an effort from Garamoni to at least give her team a chance there. And they do take the second set. 25-18. Henderson State defeats Oklahoma Baptist in the second set by nearly an identical score from set one, which was 25-19. 2-0 advantage for Henderson State. We'll come back and see what they do in the third set here in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
I've been a leader most of my life. My little sister looks up to me, and I want to teach her that she can accomplish her dreams. One dream is college. I'm the first in my family to attend, and I needed a campus that felt like home and was near home so I could stay close to my family. Now as a campus tour guide and a resident assistant, I make sure other students feel welcome and part of our campus community. Here, I am more than just a student. My name is Alita Gutierrez, and I'm a role model.
Yeah, I've got choices.
I'm ready for my future.
Your future, your choice.
Back home, the world seems small. Here, it has expanded.
I've been challenged and have grown in knowledge and in spirit.
I've been part of something bigger, something special.
Surrounded and supported by new brothers and sisters who were once strangers.
And my sense of community and my role in it has grown too.
Harding University, a community of mission.
The Reddies took set one, 25-19, and they take set two, 25-18 from Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs. It's our opening match today, first of four on the GAC Sports Network in the quarterfinal round of the 2018 GAC Tournament Championship. As we look back at a couple of the highlights, Joey, the Reddies really controlled the pace of that second set.
Well, they did, and you saw more from Courtney Burfict over the course of the second set. She had 7 kills, hitting .333 on the afternoon. Henderson State as a team hitting .378. That's going to be tough to beat when you're able to successfully complete those attacks on that kind of a pace. Andruskova just 4 kills in the second set, but her presence now is being felt because of what she had done so well in the first set. Leatherland now with 10 kills on the afternoon for the Lady Bison.
We're just about ready to get the third set going here. Coach McDaniel and his team won 14 contests a season ago. It was their most in a single season since 2010. It also included Henderson's first victory over Harding since 2009. That's the telltale sign that you got your program going in the right direction when you can defeat a team like that. Of course, Harding's the top seed in the tournament this year. And then this year, the year they had was the most wins since 2001. So they just continue to improve, and right now, in the driver's seat at least, up 2-0, but not done yet.
No, not by any stretch at all. Well, you know, it helps when you bring in a little bit of help just to add to something that is already on the way to do well, as Oklahoma Baptist gets the first set. On the coaching staff, Coach Phil McDaniel now, in her first year, Emily Todd. We've called her name a few times in these GAC tournaments. She played with Arkansas Tech 2013, 2014, and newcomer of the year. Fantastic career with the Golden Suns, and actually an assistant coach with Coach Christy Beyer on last season's team that went 35-1. Well, if you bring in that kind of help then to take, again, what a program that's already going in the right direction and take it just a step further.
Yeah, it was an interesting year for head coaches and for assistant coaches. There were other former players in the league who were able to go to another team and jump on as an assistant coach. And then we've got first-year head coaches for Ouachita. Allison Frizzell Kaiser, a former Ouachita Lady Tiger. Arkansas Tech's Kara Dukic is a former
Golden Son in her first year as the head coach. And then you mix in McDaniel and Jeremy White at Northwestern, 2 coaches in just their 2nd season. A little bit of a new look across the GAC the last couple of years. Allie O'Banion was another one, former SAU player who is now coaching at Washita as an assistant coach.
I really like what Coach White's done in Alva. And there had been some turnover in that position, and really brings some stability to the job.
What a dig. Henderson's libero, Kinsey Thoman. And good effort, but right at the net and easily placed down for the point by Rockmore. But boy, again, you're seeing Henderson just moving all over the place. Oklahoma Baptist, a big lead here in this 3rd set, 4-1.
Well, 46 digs for Henderson State through 2 sets in just a little bit.
Perfectly placed for Carly Green to finish off the point for the Reddies.
Green hitting .857 for the match.
Goodness.
6 kills and 7 attacks, no errors.
Yeah, not the most opportunities among some of the other players on the roster, Bolf and Andruskova, but she's taking advantage of when she gets the chances. Now Henderson back to within 1 as Bolf registers another kill. 11 each for Andruskova and Bolf. That's out. Ties us at 4. 3 points in a row from the Reddies.
Well, the patience by Andruskova just to let that one go.
Perfectly placed serve. Strong wind up. Michaela Watson the kill. It's a sight to see, isn't it, when the pass is on target, moving to the net, able to finish off the play. Rockmore will serve.
It's the 25th assist, by the way, on the afternoon for Hayden Blair.
That was a self-defense dig a moment ago, and that allowed Henderson to get an easy point out of the deal.
Well, Blair really has come along as the season has progressed. She's had a little bit more time, had a little more opportunity in late season play. Had 51 assists in a 5-set match against Washita. And 58 in a 5-set match against Northwestern. And that was just about 2 weeks ago.
Not sure that pass was right where both wanted it, but she was able to adjust. Give Henderson a lead at 6-5. Taylor Scalzi serving. Block at the net. Hartman. And McGruder. Actually, that one never went over, did it?
No, defense there.
There they are again. We can give them that one. Magruder and Hartman. 8-5. It was 4-1 a moment ago, Joey.
I was going to say, it's been quite a run, a 7-1 run.
We got a back official saying that one hit the antenna. And then the two officials discussing the matter. Rich Cooper making the final call, our first referee. And so it holds up. They say that, here we go. We'll have a challenge here from Coach Howell. I think this is a moment where you have to make this challenge anyways with the way everything just came to a screeching halt. So our line judge said that the ball hit the antenna, and our first referee confirmed that, and now we have the challenge, Joey.
Well, and I agree with you. This is one of those times, too, where you as much as anything, this becomes a timeout.
Right.
And it's not so much, you're right, the action slows down. It becomes a little bit disjointed. Now you take the opportunity for the team to be able to stop for a moment, talk, and collect itself as a team. And when you come back out, now they've had the time to talk and not just look around. So we're seeing here.
Must have been before that.
Yes, had to be before that.
Yeah, but she was waving her flag at that point. It was right here on this play. This might give us a better angle. Well, I don't know. Of course, the line judge was at the opposite side of the court from the antenna that we're talking about, nearest to us. I mean, if anything, Joey, it might just be inconclusive. I don't see a whole lot from either of those angles. That one might show something.
It looks like there is just a bit of movement there.
Yeah, it does look like it moves. Yeah, I think that's going to be our best angle. And so our second referee is the one over at the monitor reviewing this right now. Looking at that same view there. If anything, right there, Joey, looks like it could have grazed that antenna.
Well, here in this third set, we haven't heard that much then from Leatherland. Leatherland yet to have a kill here in set number 3, and she's really been the strength of this offense for Oklahoma Baptist. So one way or the other, should this point stand for Henderson State, the Lady Bison are going to have to find a way to move it around and I believe get it back to her. She's hitting 296 still. She had 296 coming into this third set, and the ball has not gone her direction through 14 points.
So, Joey, they're going to replay this point, and I think Coach McDaniel's coming down the line here to maybe ask for an explanation as well. But meanwhile, our second referee over to our first referee, LaVon Hill and Rich Cooper, doing a great job today, along with Brad Clark and Leanne Roberts. And so they'll just toss it up, replay it again. It's 8-5 on the scoreboard. Henderson leading Oklahoma Baptist. Do you get a tie and a replay challenge on your official record? I don't know. It's such a new thing. I don't, do we really have to stat our replay record?
I have to check that out for the official numbers. Well, there's Watson with another kill, and she was begging for that one from the word go. Great job on defense as well.
I wonder if that's the spark Oklahoma Baptist needed. If they get a point here, it's on again. But Henderson is able to come right back, keep that 3-point advantage. Kelsey Chavez back in for Oklahoma Baptist will replace Taryn Weber. Weber, a freshman out of Prosper, Texas. Both serving. Good play at the net. Hartman and Magruder again. There they are one more time.
Exactly. Well, and now what we're seeing now for Oklahoma Baptist is not the same look that we had in early going. We're not seeing the same kind of ball movement looking around. We're really trying to focus right now on Watson.
Both the dig. Here's Andruskova. 4-point Henderson lead. They'll have a chance to make it 5 here with Magruder. Oh, misplaced pass there.
Well, Flightman took care of business.
The long point developing.
I'll tell you, the Lady Bison right now, they are really putting everything on the arm of Michaela Watson.
Well, they certainly are. Great effort that time by Henderson's Tyler. Oh, excuse me, that was Scalzi. Yeah, Scalzi a moment ago.
Wow. How about that for Flightman?
able to finally get the point.
It looked almost like she had already reached the apex of her jump, but she has those long arms. She's able to get that one coming down and just really good placement. And with a long point like that, both teams just needing a breather.
Absolutely. Takes a little while to get the next serve in play from Watson. Floating it over the net. Still a 3-point Henderson lead. That'll make it 4 on a strong left hand from Taisha Magruder.
Now Watson's had 14 attacks already. We're really not at the midpoint of this set. 14 attacks in this set. She's been successful on 2 of them.
Wow. Another block, Green and Magruder.
Well, and that is the first time now that we have seen Leatherland in set number 3, and they were ready for her.
They sure were. Green 6'3". Magruder only 5'9", but has shown that she can jump. Only 5'9", I guess when you're comparing to 6'3".
Yes.
5'9", still pretty tall. 13-7. Oklahoma Baptist wants to take another timeout. Big lead for the Reddies, and they're up 2 sets to 0 here in the 3rd set. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network. (13-7) is the score. Henderson with the lead, but Oklahoma Baptist is able to register the point out of the timeout, making it 13-8. 2 sets to none lead right now for Henderson, winning the first set 25-19 and then 25-18.
Well, that's key too, because you win the first set here. Teams who have done that in the GAC Championship Tournament are 38-11 all time. Bodes well for Henderson State, and having a bit of a lead here in set number 3 helps that too. Big for Oklahoma Baptist to come out of that timeout and get the point. Oklahoma Baptist was hitting 0. That's right, triple zeros in the hitting percentage. 5 attacks, 5 errors in, 5 kills, 5 errors in 24 attacks prior to that point. Needed to get something, got what they needed there. Will it be enough?
And some of that is due in part to the blocking of Henderson State. Now 5 blocks for the match. Only 1 for Oklahoma Baptist, but it is now 3 points in a row for Anna Howell's team. With a lead, I don't think Coach McDaniel will be using a timeout anytime soon, but he hasn't had to use a timeout yet. It's been smooth sailing for the Reddies, and on that service ace, they'll get a point back and go up by 4.
Well, and the blocking for Henderson State as well, it's not just been one person. You've seen the wall go up. It's been Green and Hartman. It's been Hartman and Magruder more times than any other duo on the line. They've been very effective.
Back set that time for Rockmore, but Henderson was ready for it. Yeah, and then, oh, by the way, Alex Tyler comes in, and she's a 6'3" freshman up front. But it has definitely been Green and Magruder, Hartman. Tough all the way across that front line. Hayden Blair the serve. Andruskova, dig by the libero Mills. See how Henderson recovers from this. They won't get it across. So it's tightened up a bit, 14-12.
I'm not so sure that Andruskova knew how many hits with which she had to work there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think her position was off a little bit. She didn't have a lot of options for sure.
Well, she knows how many this time. Set up to serve now. Her team on top by 3.
5 service aces for Henderson in the match. At the net. That's over the net on Henderson in the net. That'll give Oklahoma Baptist the point. Not sure what our referee was asking for there.
This point's been all about Green. She steps back now. They're going to set her again. A little bit long. A little wide that time for Blackburn.
We got a 1-point set right now. Oklahoma Baptist started 4-1. Then Henderson came back, took a lead. They've led by 4 or 5 here in the second set, but down to 1 right now.
Sometimes teams can just stick around. I mean, hitting 100 now, they've actually gotten that stat up. From zeros, they just stuck around.
Yeah.
And get another point this time as that one will go wide for both. And Coach McDaniel now will take a timeout.
We're tied at 15. It's turned a little bit here in the third set. Back to tell you more in a moment here on the GAC Sports Network.
From the time they were born, you've helped them find their way. For more than 100 years, Oklahoma Baptist University has transformed students' lives through a Christian liberal arts education. With small class sizes and spiritual growth opportunities, we'll help them find their purpose. From athletic and fine arts events to building friendships, we'll help them find their community. And with guaranteed scholarships for incoming freshmen, we'll help you find the resources. To learn more, visit okbu.edu and find your place at OBU.
My college journey allowed me to become a versatile musician, a well-rounded student, and a stronger person. My experience at Henderson State University is why I live ready.
There's so many reasons I came to SAU, but the main part was the family atmosphere. At SAU Engineering, even first and second year students get hands-on experience with the latest technology. Professors incorporate their real-life experiences, work one-on-one with the students, and care about our future. I found myself fitting in since day one, and I was immediately able to call SAU my new home. SAU is the 6th most affordable university in the nation. My name is Aaron Stanich, and I chose SAU.
It's a 3-0 run from Oklahoma Baptist to tie this at 15 here in the third set. And we had a serve there from Leatherland, but the official telling us, hold on a second. Now we're ready to go. Were they waiting on you?
Could have been.
Me? I don't know. I was ready.
How about
what a
that
play.
from both?
Yes.
My goodness.
I mean, deflected off of her blockers up front. She still stayed with it, and that's going to go out from Oklahoma Baptist. And so Henderson gets a really important point there midway through this third set.
And how about the play from Courtney? The junior making some waves to get some attention here in the early going to be on that all-tournament team. She has a double-double, one of 2 players for the Reddies to have a double-double right now. Well, this would be number 16 for the season for the junior, and she has 13 kills to go with 19 digs. By the way, Andruskova, 11 kills, 14 digs as well.
Those two have certainly been impressive, both hitting 300. Tied at 16. Both has it stopped that time. Rockmore the dig. Across the middle.
What a push by Hartman.
Yeah, Hartman, so many options there, decided to go towards the back row and found the open spot. Henderson by 1, 17-16.
Hartman now with 6 kills. 4 players with at least 6 kills for Henderson State. 4 players with at least 7 for Oklahoma Baptist. They've quieted Green down just a little bit, has the Oklahoma Baptist defense. Not so much for Courtney Bolt.
That's impressive right there. We'll see this again.
Split the defenders there. Not much you can do about that.
Her 14th kill now. Henderson by 2. Back row dig. Right back to both. Well, similar play there that time by Watson from what we saw from both a minute ago. Deflected off her blockers, able to stay with it for the dig.
Magruder found the seam. Another good dig for Oklahoma Baptist. And how about that? 2 solid digs for Oklahoma Baptist that time. One coming by Blair, the other one by Watson. They keep the point going, and they come away and put notch another one on their side of the scoreboard.
Mentioned it earlier, Watson 15th in the nation in attacks, and that's her 10th kill of the match. Henderson by 1, 18-17. Set 3, Henderson leads 2 sets to none. Reddies will be called for being in the net that time. Adriana Hartman, no, excuse me.
Now that was Oklahoma Baptist, and I believe that on that one they got Watson.
So we were tied at 16. 3 of the last 4 points to the Reddies. Back set along the right side, dig by both. Both will have to take it herself there. Oh, 2 players colliding for Oklahoma Baptist. Definitely a momentum point here. Oklahoma Baptist get back to within 1, they do. Hayden Blair, senior transfer from Midwestern State.
Garamoni now in for Henderson State. Gigi Garamoni, a junior.
What a great play. Taisha Magruder saw those blockers going up with her. Able to get it past them.
Garamoni stepping in for a cup of coffee and right back out. Green, who again has been a little bit silent here in this 3rd set.
Freshman Kenzie Thulman serving for the Reddies. And there's a point for Oklahoma Baptist.
Just crept over the net.
One-point advantage for Henderson here, 20-19. Henderson coming in with that regular season record of 26-5. And they now make it 21-19. 13-3 in conference play. They're actually tied for 2nd. They lost the tiebreaker to Southwestern to drop into that 3 spot. Oklahoma Baptist, 500 record, 16-16, 9-7 in GAC play. They finished in a tie for 6th.
Now they dropped that tiebreaker because Southwestern won in the only match the 2 played.
Yeah, it's one of the interesting things about the GAC volleyball season. Doesn't quite work like some of the other sports in the conference. Football plays everybody. Basketball plays everybody twice.
Nice dig.
Oklahoma Baptist thought they had it. They celebrated early. You talk about a way to turn the momentum, as if Henderson needed anything else turned their way. And they lead 22-19.
And they take a timeout. It's Toman. Toman getting down. Great dig. And that gave that point to Henderson State.
3-point advantage for the Reddies. We'll step away for just a moment. Back after this on the GAC Sports Network.
The professors care and they go out of their way to make sure that you are going to succeed.
Hi, I'm Rolante. I'm a sophomore at Southeastern, and we helped make this video.
You said it earlier, Joey, the team winning that first set, 38-11 all-time in the GAC championship. And well, now it looks like Henderson could be taking this one 3-0. They're 3 points away from doing that because of this big play.
Yeah. Kinsey Thoman goes down and finds a way to dig that one out. A little happy about that coming out of the timeout as well. Saw her celebrate somewhat.
I think she was singing karaoke.
She may have been. We have the music always going on here during the timeouts, and sometimes you can get both teams to dance or sing a little bit. Well, in 3 more points, she may have a little bit more to sing about if the Reddies can get 3 more here.
The Reddies will put the Moulton Super Touch NCAA Championship tricolor ball in play, and we're back underway here. That was called in.
Well, if you're Oklahoma Baptist, and that one close, the partisan crowd behind me not in favor of that call. But for Oklahoma Baptist, all you have to do is get it 1 point at a time. Work your way back.
Hayden Blair will try to do that. Henderson out of sync just a little bit there. Back set, dropped across. Andruskova, the dig by Mills. And Henderson gets the point. Ball was going out anyways.
Exactly.
Referee said in the net.
Now coming down the home stretch, this 6-2 look. Abby Blackburn doing well for the Reddies.
Service ace will set us up for match point at 24-20. 6th service ace of the match. (24-20). Here we go. Can the Reddies finish off Oklahoma Baptist? Yes, they can. Carly Green gets the kill for the Reddies, and Henderson State wins in straight sets here, Joey. 25-19, 25-18, and 25-20.
Well, it was a Herculean effort for Henderson State. Really just took care of business. Never allowed Oklahoma Baptist to find stride. 6 consecutive sets now won by the Reddies. Between these two, after Oklahoma Baptist got the first one to begin in the regular season, both a double-double, 14 kills and 20 digs. Andruskova, 12 kills, 16 digs. And Kinsey Thoman with 18 digs for Henderson State. How about Blackburn and Scalzi? Nice even play. Blackburn with 24 assists, Scalzi with 18. And the 6-2 look effective for the Reddies today.
25-20 in the third set, 25-18 in the second set, and 25-19 in the first set. Henderson State cruises to a 3-0 victory over Oklahoma Baptist, and Phil McDaniel, in his second year as the head coach of the Reddies, has his team into the semifinals tomorrow. It's the first of 4 matches here today on the GAC Sports Network, and we still have plenty more to come. We hope you will stay with us for sure. For Joey McWilliams, I'm Michael Westbrook. So long from Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs. Until we talk to you again here in about an hour on the GAC Sports Network.